1, 2, 3. First you stick a rag, put it in the bag. Then you bend your back, put it in the sack. That's the way you start. It's a lot of fun. Cotton cake is written, papers in the bag.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Brothers Bear podcast. This is episode 2 with your 3 hosts. Myself, Santos Medrano.
Schweddy McSweatpants. Sin cheese.
Sin cheese?
Sin queso.
And I am Sanch. And actually I wanted to get into that because I was asked about where did Sanch come from? Like, well, Sanch, what's that? Why Sanch? And
Sandwich?
actually that's the thing because it was
Sandwich Medrano.
it was because I have like basically 2 sets of friends. It's like, well, technically 3, but I mean, like, there's the before, like, I see it as in like, there's like at church I went to this thing where it's called Epic Life, and I made a lot of friends there. So I have basically the friends I met at that point, and then I have the friends from high school. So it's like, it's really like 2 sets of friends that I have.
Well, and then your work friends too, right?
Well, I don't really hang with them like I used to back in the day. Like, I used to hang with them all the time, but we don't really do that anymore. Like, they don't even invite me out. I'm like, yeah, it's
They're not friends after all.
I know, dude.
They don't call you Sanch, huh?
Yeah, no. Well, one of them does. One of my buddies does that. Actually, I work with him. He's the only one that calls me Sanch, which I don't know how he even knew. Yeah, I'm like, how did he come across like calling me Sanch? Like, but it's weird. Like, he'll be like, hey, what's up, Sanch? Hey, Sanch, and I'm like, it's just weird. Like, I'm like, I know he doesn't have like a computer, so he didn't see it on MySpace.
He's probably stalking him the whole time. He's like, let me see where he lives.
Yeah, I know.
I knows all your AKAs.
Well, then again, he was there for the wedding, so maybe he heard like the guys like saying, you know, hey, Sanch and Sanch. So I don't know.
He just wanted to be your best friend or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's a good guy. He's like one of those like big cholo looking guys.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Oh, right away, dude.
I was like, yeah, I know
he's only a big cholo.
He's the one that was all drunk. Remember, and Dad, he was all cleaning the yard, and Dad kept, hey, tell your friend to stop cleaning. He's like, hey, stop cleaning. He's like, no. He didn't want him to clean. Like,
even cholos clean.
Yeah. And he was like helping out a lot, dude. I remember that too. That day, like I remember he was helping carry like the big old thing of pozole for everybody for my mom, and he spilled it all over his shirt. Shit. Yeah, so the whole time he was in a muscle shirt, so he looked more cholo, you know? Dang. And he's all bald, but he's like one of those that's like a teddy bear, dude. He looks like, you look at him and you'll right away profile like, oh, he looks scary. But then, you know, you talk to him, he has dimples, he smiles, like every time, dude. Like, people
get a high pitched voice.
He's that. I mean, there's those. Yeah, like I always label him that. It's like the teddy bear cholo, or like even when it's like a big, like tough guy or anything like that. But when you get to know their personality, you're like, they're just a teddy bear inside.
Yeah, like mi tío Larry, that. Like one of my tíos. The one that the bicycle video. You ever see that short that we did? Where the bicycle?
The one I wrote.
Yeah. Oh. We did a short. Well, actually, let me just finish that before we get into that one. But yeah, it was what it was he Wait, why was I going into that? Well, actually, regardless, like,
Sanch, man.
Yeah, we'll go back to Sanch. Regardless, he's the only one I'm like really cool with. Like that, he called me Sanch. You know, no one else at work calls me Sanch. They just call me by my name. But yeah, like
mysteriously found out.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, there's like the high school friends I see as a high school because I'm still all friends with them basically, and then there's all the church friends, the new friends that I made when I started going to a thing called Epic Life. But like the way my name started with Sanch was that. It started more as a bag. Like, they were trying to make fun of me. Like, I think it was, like, you know, remember, like, Nelson and Louis, Danny, Garcia, and, like, all of them, like, they were trying to make fun of me with my name, like, trying to come up with names. And then at first they were saying, like...
That's so cute.
That was a horrible attempt.
It was like, well, that's what it was. Like, at first they're all snatch toast, you know, like trying to put snatch like with something like snatch toast, you know,
that's pretty good.
And then or like you know,
after that,
yeah, like they're all like it was just that was mainly the one like they're all snatch toast, like that was the one thing they kept saying it, and then they would laugh like and then I was just like whatever, who cares? And then at one point, I think it may have been Nelson. I think I'm not sure. One of our buddies, Nelson, he goes. Sanch. And then they all laughed, like, Sanch, you know, and they started calling me Sanch. And
Because it's like a beaner name or something?
no, it was just it was a mixture of snatch and toast. A mixture of those two, and it came.
Put these in a blender.
Yeah, and it was Sanch. And then at that point, like, it just became second nature. And then everybody called me Sanch. Like Lewis, our buddy Lewis, would call me up and be like, "Hey, Sanch, let's go to the movies." I'll be like, "All right, yeah," you know. And it just became normal. Like to this day, like when they talk to me, like when we went to one of our buddies Robert's party, like they still say Sanch. Like, man, I'm just used to it now, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really where the name came from. It came from a woman's, vulva, basically. The female part that's where my name came from, was
Snatch.
yeah, Snatch, and then once the movie came out, I was like, oh, Snatch,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah, I was like, all right, no.
Cling on to that.
Yeah, it was like, it came from the movie, but yeah.
I'm cool after all.
But yeah, so that's where Sanch came from, and so from now on, I'm not gonna, that'll be my name, like, from the show. I'm just gonna go with Sanch. I'm not gonna go with Santos on the show. I'll just be Sanch. So again, this is the Brothers Bear podcast, and podcast, and I'm
What is a podcast?
podcast is I don't know. So
I think
yeah.
I'm gonna switch my name to Snatch now. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna snatch that name from you.
Sorry, and then once again, our brother's late, so he's the busier one out of. I mean, I tend to be busy, but I fit myself in the schedule to be here. But yeah, our other brother isn't really.
Didn't he text you before we started recording?
Yeah, he did. He said he was going to be here on time, but he ended up. I don't know what the hell happened.
All right, well, we'll keep you guys posted. We had a time frame when we need to record. Edgar, Schweddy, Snatch. Oh yeah, Snatch over here.
Snatch sin queso.
Snatch sin. Oh, oh no, that's good, right?
Without cheese, yeah.
Yeah, without cheese. Never mind. He has to. He couldn't stay too late because his kids were sick and his wife.
Sick.
Yeah, his wife was sick.
Yeah.
So we had. That's why we had to start up the butt.
I said, got the bug.
Oh, got the bug up the butt. I was like, oh, that's like I got diarrhea.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, so that's why we had a time frame to meet, and our brother Cesar hasn't. I guess he's probably gonna miss out, but I don't know. He'll probably show up. Like last time he told us just to start with that, and on Facebook he told us he'd be here, so it's all right, no worries. So yeah, another thing I wanted to mention was from the first podcast was I was listening to it, and my voice is extremely high. Like I was like, what the hell? Like, why is my voice really high? I'm like. Another thing too is like I have an accent, like a Chicano accent. Like when I was listening to it, like I don't hear an accent, but on the podcast, I hear me like I sound like, "Hey dog, where's it going?"
Well,
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna do a podcast, man, and I like to dedicate this to my hind." And like, no, seriously though, someone said that. Like I can't remember who. They're like, "Oh, you have like a Chicano accent," and I was just like. Really? Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know where it came from, but, like, it's just, I don't hear it. Do you guys hear it? Like, do I sound like I have
Oh, yeah, totally, dude.
Really?
I try to sound as white as I can, and you're totally, like, just fucking bice it out right now.
It sucks. I'm like, I don't mean to have it, but, like, I don't mean to have it. That's where I am, but I don't know.
I think it comes out naturally. Like,
yeah.
My natural bice comes out. And it's cool.
It's blood. It just happens like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is, like, my voice, it's like, I didn't realize how high it was. I guess it's like when you ever leave a voicemail, you ever, like, hear it back before you send it?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard my voice, and then, like, I regret that because...
I never leave voicemails. That's why I'm like, no.
It's like listening to Gabriel Iglesias. Man, that fool just has a straight up, like, accent to his whole stand-up stuff. You know that fat guy?
Yeah.
You know that fat guy?
That fat
or like which one, the
guy.
singer? Julio? Yeah, no, the reason why I have a high voice is because I actually trained my voice to be like this. When I was in 7th grade, and I started going through puberty, my friends started making fun of me. Whenever they would call me, they would be like, they're like, hey,
Sanch.
yeah, it was pre-Sanch, you know. It was what was it? PS days? I don't know, BC, whatever. Anyways, and they would call me, and then when I would answer the phone, I'd be like, hello, and they would laugh like, you sound like a man, like all deep voice, and then I don't know why, like I felt like all embarrassed, like I hate that, like, and then every time, like I would go when I would go visit their house, and their parents would see me, and they're like, oh wow, you have a deep voice there, you're becoming a man, and they would all joke around, and I kind of. I don't know. It's the 7th grade, though. 7th grade, yeah. I don't know what the math. I'm 30 now, so I graduated in 2000, so I don't know, man. So, I don't know. I'm not good with math.
Long ago, man.
Yeah, it was mucho. Yeah. And then, so like, and I hated that, so what I would purposely do is I would, like, start, like, talking high. Like, because I didn't want to have that deep voice. Yeah. And, yeah, it was, like, the way I am now. And I would talk
That's why you work for Disney.
Once again, back to me.
Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, but, like, and it just drove me crazy. I'm like, man, I'm like, stop making fun of me, like, with my voice. Like, I hate it. I'm getting deep. So I'm like, if I train it to, like, do high, like, and after that, like, it just got stuck like that, and I always talk high. It's only, like, usually in the morning where it gets really deep, But, like, I know, like, when it was first changing, it was getting deep, and for a while, it was deep before I got it to go high. Like, I sounded like freaking, what is it, Peter Steele from Typo Negatives? You ever hear that? Yeah. I thought my voice, but now it's like, I regret it, because I'm like, I'm 30 years old, and I freaking sound like I'm, I don't know, 17, dude. So I don't sound like a...
I thought you were just a cheerful dude.
Well, that's the thing. Like, everyone always sees me, and they always think I'm pissed because I don't smile.
You don't, man. Every time I look at you, I was like, fuck, what
I
do
get that all the time,
though. You do too, man. Yeah. Straight up, man. Well, I'm like, damn, dude. Like, someone fucking socked you right in the face.
Yeah, I always look mad, too, and I always get that, but, like, right when, like, someone's walking up to me, I'll just kind of, like, I'll walk serious because I already know I have that face. Like, I don't mean to do it, but I end up doing it all the time. But like, if I'm like a foot away from him, I'll like smile big. I'm like, hey, like, and they're like, oh, okay, he's not mad. Like, and then recently, like, I always tell people I'm always tired, and I came up with like the perfect example to say why I'm tired. Like, it's weird, but like on my lunch, like, well, not right now because it's been hot, but usually I got you at my old job during my lunch breaks. I would fall asleep a lot. Like, I would literally fall asleep on that half hour, and everyone always tell me, like, what the hell, how would you pull that off? Within a half-hour period of fall asleep. And I could fall asleep easily on that, And it wasn't until recently when I saw, you saw The Adventures?
Yeah.
You know that one line where he's like, it'd be a good time to Hulk out right now? He's like, that's my secret, Captain, like, I'm always angry.
Oh, yeah.
And then I recently, he's like, oh, that's my secret, I'm always sleepy. So it's just like, that's the thing, like, I always look tired. I don't sleep good sometimes, so that's why my eyes get really heavy, or I'm kind of like, squinting, so I look mad, but I'm not actually.
Yeah, I blame my dad for that. Yeah, if you look at him, he looks pissed. Like, like, I don't know the character's name, but you ever seen like Chavo? The Chavo del Ocho? Yeah, no, actually not the Chavo. It's what's the other guy that likes tortas? He's in the barrel.
I wouldn't know.
What's his name?
There's another one in the barrel.
What's that guy?
Chapulín.
Chapulín, yeah. You ever seen, like, he's one of his neighbors. He always looks pissed off with a mustache. Like, you ever watch that show?
No, that's El Chavo. You're talking about El Chavo del Ocho.
Yeah, well, Chavo. Okay, I was right in the first place.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because he likes tortas and he's always in a barrel.
He's homeless. Dude.
Yeah, he is homeless. I didn't realize it until like recently. I was like, oh, he always wants a torta and the jamon, and he's all sad. Like, he's all homeless. He lives in a barrel. Yeah, but there's this one guy that always hassles him and hits him in the head with the hat, and he looks pissed, like mad. And that's my dad. My dad's a funny, happy, cheerful guy, but looking at him, he just looks pissed, and then that's how I am, and my little brother's the same. Only Cesar is the only one that always has a smile, but I don't have a smile. I have an ugly smile, like it just looks retarded. And I remember, and I that's the one thing.
Looking at yourself in the mirror, like just fucking pissed off when you smile. Like, what the fuck is that?
I tried practicing smiling too, but I don't have a
Smiling 101.
That's why I hate it when I'm walking, and it's usually like girls would do that where doing my history, like girls, whenever you walk by, they just smile to be nice or friendly or whatever. And when they smile at me, I can't smile. I don't know what to do, so I just do like the eyebrows raised, like, all right, hey. Or I go, hello. Like, that's it. Like, hi. Or whatever. Because I don't know how to smile. And even current coworkers, like, they just smile instead of saying hi. Like, whatever. Just being nice.
Well, I don't think I've ever shook your hand before. I mean, like, usually friends shake hands or, like, you know, you would always, like, pace back and forth, and I would be like, oh, I don't know if I should shake this guy's hand or not. He's, like, waiting for something to happen, or, like, you know, something, like, incredible is going to happen, and you gotta take off or something, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, like, I can't stand still, either. Like, I cannot sit still, I cannot stand still, so if I'm ever in a crowd with you, you know, and I'm gonna be constantly moving, I cannot stand still, and that's the thing, like, the stupid smile, like, it's like, I can't stand still. I have no smile. I mean, it affected me in junior high. I remember because I had a cousin that that was in the same grade with me, and I remember she told my mom, she's like, oh, there's all these girls that like Santos, but they're afraid to go up to him because they think he's always mad, like he's pissed off, and they're going to yell at him. And I was like, I found this out later. I was like, oh, what the hell? There's all these girls into me, like, and they were afraid to approach me because they thought I was pissed. So, I mean, in a way, it's like, it's kind of like, it's good because, like, I don't want to talk to people. So if I look mad, then they're not going to talk to me because I have trouble, like, with you guys, like, or any of our friends. Like, I'm always talking. Like, I'm talking here on the podcast, but, like, it's so shocking to people because, like, I don't know, like, if I don't know you, I don't know how to hold a conversation. Like, I don't know how to build a conversation. Like, if I don't know what you're into, in which that's how you start a conversation. Oh, so you like such and such, but since I don't, like, I don't know what to do. Like, when people say, like, hey, Santos, he's like, oh, how are you doing? Oh, I'm good. And that's it. Like, am I supposed to say, are they doing good too? Like, how's your day going?
That's so cliche to do.
So...
Do I need to do that?
Like, and then, but I probably sound like an asshole, like, because I'm like...
I'm not talking to Santos. I'm Sanch again.
Yeah, like, I'm not asking them how their day's going, you know? But then when...
It's not like the 1950s either. It's so, like...
How do you do?
Hey, how you doing today? No, like, I mean, like, what's the thing you would do? Like, when I say, like, here, what do you guys do? When someone asks you, like, hey, how are you? He's like, oh, so how's your day going? You're like, oh, it's good. How's your day going? Oh, it's fine. What do you do from there? I'm always stuck.
I don't know.
The weather is a good one.
Talking about cliche, you went off that one.
I might as well throw them all out there. I mean, you know, he's doing it to me. Might as well do it to him, right?
I don't know. I know I get accused a lot. Well, not accused, but everyone always tells me I mumble, but it's just because I talk quick sometimes, or I talk low. But sometimes just because, like, I'm, like, it's weird. Like, I keep quiet a lot to myself sometimes, but I'm very talkative at times as well. But when someone asks me, like, oh, how you doing? I say it really quick. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, and you? Like, I do it like that. And they're like, what? So like, most of the time, it's like I always do it. Like, oh, I'm doing pretty good, and you? Like, I say it quick, and they're just like, oh.
Well, imagine being a retail clerk or something like that. You know, in the grocery store, it's just like each person passing by is, oh, how's it going? How you doing today? Like, do you really care, bro?
That was me, my job. Like, I remember there was certain shifts where you were a greeter. You stayed in the front your whole 7.5 hours greeting people. Everybody that walked in. And this was when, like, California Adventure had first opened and all that. So, like, there's just tons of people all day. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Hey, nice shirt.
How you doing there?
It was awful, but, like, I was like, whatever, you know. I don't know. It's just, it's kind of nuts out there, but...
Welcome to Walmart. Welcome to Walmart. I love you.
Yeah. It's usually old people that do that. Why is that? Why is it that they give that to the old people?
Just leave the old people alone.
I'm not saying anything about Grandpa, but it's just like, why they only give that? I mean, it's because maybe some young kid, like, why is he going to be there?
Because it's so, my theory on that, I've noticed that too, especially because, like, at Disneyland, that's what the cool thing I noticed too, that they always... You see a lot of, like, elderly people working at Disneyland. It's like, oh, it's cool they give them that opportunity. But I think, too, it's that a lot of times, like, yeah, teens or young adults, they don't want to do that. So they're going to have an attitude a lot of times. But if you,
that's true.
or a lot, or that too. They'll have a face, and they're not like anyone else won't approach them or anything like that. You'll get like a negative vibe. But with someone elderly, like someone like an old, like a grandpa looking guy, tends to always look happy. And then they like every time I've gone to Disneyland, and then the grandpa guy like greets me, it's always like one of the best feelings ever because they're always nice about things. So it's just like, and it's always that respect your elders thing. Like, who's gonna mess with the grandpa guy? Like I would if I'm gonna mess with someone, it's gonna be the preteen, or young adult because he has that face that you don't want to be there. Then hell, we'll give you that reason not to be there. But if you're gonna do it to grandpa, you're not gonna do it because he already looks friendly.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if you're done, but no, I need to do this real quick. We actually have shout outs. So this is when we shout out to our listeners.
Holler. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Let it all out. It's all right. What you call it?
That means quiet, right?
I had a plan for a cue to music, so I was like, I didn't want to say, hey, you guys be quiet, because I had a cue just to have like at least 2 seconds of quietness so I could split the clip and add some audio, because I have an idea of how we're going to do our shout-outs. Like, I have a little song, but this guy's like, holla, or whatever.
This guy here.
I bet you got all excited thinking he was going to play some Childish Gambino. Shout out to my babe. Shout out to my...
I don't know that reference.
How old are you again? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna correct. But yeah, but first it's like I want to give out let's give a shout out to Lily Grace on Facebook. She was actually the first one to like our Brothers Bear podcast. Yeah, if you look, my name first, obviously, but yeah, she was the first one.
That doesn't count.
So yeah, I want to say thanks for liking our page, and we're slowly growing. So please, share our page, and and download and subscribe. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say on iTunes. Yeah, subscribe, and then also too on iTunes we actually have our first comment from Cinderella Yo. We have no idea who you are, but thank you for the comment. It was awesome. It was funny what you said, and I'm glad that we made you laugh. And if you can, go on our Facebook and say, hey, this was me. So at least we have an idea who you are. So that would be great.
Leave some clues out for us, please.
Yeah, that'd be great. And yeah, please, everybody, if you enjoy our podcast, please subscribe and leave comments and rate us. It would actually help us gratefully. And like our page. And our last shout out goes to Ali Medrano. She has supported our show.
Yay, golf clap.
Yes, she has supported our show by buying us the mic. If you saw last week, I posted a picture of me prepping for the show. There was a certain microphone that we had that actually was borrowed. I'll get into that right now. But she actually has supported our show and has bought us a microphone for us to use, so now we have our own mic. And the last actually shout out goes to the Bridgetown podcast. We just want to give a big thanks to the Bridgetown podcast. Even though Carlos here, he is actually a part of that podcast, but it's because of that podcast that it's how we were able to actually have our own podcast. With the help of them is how we were able to get it online, to get it on iTunes. And also, too, is like, they let us borrow the mic the very first time. Yeah. And if you dig, our podcast, you'll dig theirs. They have some funny stories. It's just like about their lives and things that happen to them. And it's a great podcast. And they're in episode 4. And
yeah, we did episode 4 yesterday.
Yeah, episode 4. So yeah, so I just want to give it a shout out. So that's actually what that's what we have for all the shout outs.
Yeah, and I was gonna actually throw that out to everybody that I do the Bridgetown podcast with 2 of my closest friends, and everybody that's actually doing the jumping on this podcast. Thank you, because I've been posting it on our page.
Yeah, thanks to all the new likes that we have.
My listeners that are from the Bridgetown podcast and now coming to the Brother Bears podcast. Thank you for that. And yeah, I can't say. I say it a lot for the Bridgetown podcast. Please, spread the word on this one as well, because you can tell right away this is a different form of the show. The other one's more about like segments, topics, and anything that happened through our day. And this one's more about media and pop culture references and movies and all that. So it's two different shows. So yeah.
So it's awesome. So grazie. So that's it for all our shout outs. And now.
That's the end of episode 2.
Alright, bye everybody. Come now.
I'm like, why does it say an hour and a half? It's just music at the end.
It's me sleeping.
Everyone's like, oh, so that's what he did.
Mama, no.
Now it's time for the Laker Minute with Schweddy McSweats. No, Sanch.
Snatch, man.
No, Snatch. Ah, Christ. That's too many damn names.
Snatch sin queso, man.
So, yeah, it's time for the Laker Minute. I don't know. Remember you said it last
Laker Minute. Let's see what's Laker news today. This week, Laker news. Dwight Howard. That's all I got.
Yeah! And that is the Laker news. I don't know who that guy is. Does he sell like concession stands?
Yeah. No, he's this new black guy we got in our team. He's really big, and he's probably gonna take us to the championship.
That's what they say every year.
Every year, I know. It's how Laker ball rolls.
What about those Dodger trades?
Oh, I know, man. Those are insane trades, man. I can't. Where's this money coming from? I forgot how the baseball does their whole cap stuff, but it's just like. Well, if whoever the owner is, if he's got the money to pull trades like that, he can go ahead and do it.
It's all what's his face?
Magic.
Yeah, it's all Magic.
Oh, he owns it.
Yeah.
He owns the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yeah. He's part owner of the Dodgers. Right
so
on.
That's why it's like literally like they've been doing really good.
Yeah, it's been like.
Well, I don't know about those. I don't know about those 3 games with the Giants, but aside from that,
awful.
Yeah.
Well, I've been a Dodger fan for a long time. I can't remember 7. I was 7. My grandpa used to watch the Dodgers all the time, so I followed the Dodgers pretty much through this whole decade of garbage. Basically. There were some high moments, a couple of high moments, but for the most part, it was the worst team in LA for sure.
I remember when I went to last season's, I think it was last season, or I don't remember what season, but it was the giveaway day, like the last game of the season, and they do that big giveaway. It was empty. Yeah, it was really empty, and I remember there was a couple of people. It was like. I think I overheard someone was like, "Wow, man, it's like this park is dead," Yeah. And then he's like, "Well, what do you expect? They didn't do good. Why is it going to be filled?" And I was just like, "Oh, I guess that's true." But we ended up walking away with free hats that day.
I was just gonna say that the last time someone offered me to go, I was like, "Am I gonna get something? Is it bobblehead night?"
That's the only way you would go. Hey, you can't give me something. It's like, we're gonna play for you. I don't care. Give me a toy. Wait, I don't remember. Did you say you have Netflix?
No, it doesn't.
I don't remember.
Oh, come on, man! You put me on the spot again. No, I don't. I just have basic TV and
a computer.
And a computer. Yeah. BitTorrent.com.
Well, maybe they have it on BitTorrent. There's this. I saw it on Netflix, so I don't know. It should exist. But it's a documentary about Fernando Valenzuela. Dude, I was watching it and I was like, wow, this is really interesting.
That was a golden age of Dodgers, though, man. I mean, I wasn't alive to see all that stuff. And he was a Paisa, at that time, dude, and he won, Rookie of the Year, and he won the Cy Young that same year.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in baseball in, modern times, not fucking, long ass time ago where no one ever remembers that shit or whatever, but he was crazy insane, and they won a World Series too. I mean, that was great to be.
Yeah, he was especially being where the Dodgers were and living in LA, East LA, dude, all the Latinos and Mexicans, Hispanics, everybody, whatever, they all rised up. I mean, hell, I lived at there at that time when he existed, and I just remember the I don't fully remember that, but I remember the
all
Dodgers
the Latinos
stuff.
With the Valenzuela jerseys.
Yeah, dude. I mean, imagine
I got the free blanket night.
Me too, man.
That was it.
It looks like Eric Gagne though, man. The one
that's he's like
he's getting a pitch or whatever. Yeah.
It looks like that pose that in what's that? The Too Sexy.
Oh, when they lifts his,
Yeah, when he lifts up his arm,
off.
they rip off the shirt like it's that pose.
Yeah, like they're both walking, and there's a guy just nonchalant walks and grabs their shirts and rips them
Like,
off.
I kind of wish if the blanket was like that pose, but when you flip it around, it's shirtless.
Freaking Fernando Valenzuela, dude, that's awesome.
Well, anyways, they just made this fucking crazy ass trade that's like a lot of money, man. I've never seen that before, and they say like the Yankees do that stuff, and which they do. But it's just a crazy ass trade they pulled.
So does it look like they're gonna have a wait? Is the season over?
The insane part of this trade is Boston wanted to dump the salary, all the salary that they had on 3 players.
Yeah.
And start new. And we got one really good player and a pitcher that fucking sucks now, and an outfielder who used to be good but is injured. He got surgery or something, so he's not even gonna play for us until next year.
Does Nomo still pitch?
No, Dale Nomo, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know sports.
All right, well, let me just finish this off.
All right.
It's just so crazy though. Like,
yeah.
Like it. I'm like back and forth on it. I don't think it's doing too much for us, and we've gotten some injuries just today. Updated today.
And someone got hurt today.
Billingsley, yeah,
Wow.
injured. Yeah.
How?
I don't know. He's a pitcher, so he got his arm something.
It's sore.
He got mauled by a bear.
And
Back to the Bears.
And that's your sports talk.
Wait, were you done?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that is the old sports talk.
All right, you can go on now.
I mean, Schweddy McMuff.
Come on.
I mean, Snatch, gosh.
It's Snatch.
Snatch.
Without cheese, right?
Sin cheese.
Sin cheese.
Sin queso.
Cheese.
It's have Sean Connery say that. Snatch.
My name is Sean Connery, and I'd like to. Did you? I don't want to get into Batman. Oh my gosh.
What? Sean Connery and Batman?
But Bane, dude, like that's the thing. If Bane's voice is like so proper, like he sounds like Sean Connery.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, he sounds like that. He's like, today's Gotham's reckoning. You know that's what he sounds like. Yeah, he goes.
Oh wait, you didn't see it?
Yeah, you can see it. Bane sounds like that. He's like, this is Gotham's reckoning. You have my permission to die. You know, like he's like,
oh, Mr. Wayne.
yeah. That's what he sounds. He's like, oh, Mr. Wayne. You know, and like it's just like really.
What is that? Does he have like a mask?
Yeah, he has like a jock strap. I mean, like it's like a cup. So it's like this.
It's his breathing mechanism.
Yeah.
His breathing apparatus.
You know what? I recently read that one of the writers or editors or something like that said during the backstory collage when they're doing like Thalia's thing.
Yeah.
There was actually a whole part about the mask that they cut. That scene,
Oh yeah.
That scene was supposed to be way. That scene was supposed to be way longer.
Out.
So there was actually a thing that actually talked about how the mask worked. And, how like because I mean you see like briefly like when he's all beat up, but you don't see his face really. But they were gonna have a little small scene of like when they're building the mask for him and how it works and this and that, but they end up cutting it.
It's basically morphine. Like he's being like he's in so much pain that he's being fed morphine, so that what allows him to like handle the pain. So he's always in pain basically, but this allows him to be like, you know, just to be able to handle it. So that's what the morphine is, in which in reality Bane doesn't have that. He has more like a luchador mask, you know, like a
Oh, in the movie.
Yeah, no, not in the movie, but just like in the comics, that's what he looks like. But he has like a bunch of valves and stuff on him that when he presses, he's filled with the venom and makes him like, I would break the back, you know. But in this one, like he wears that, you know, that's what he sounds like. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But you know, just real quick, I just want to give some points off from, and then we'll go off to something else because Carlos has this story that he read about Rugrats, so I really want to get into that. But just real quick. I'm not going to get into Batman because it's just like, the hell with it. It's so late, you know. Avengers rocked, you know, this year. They're coming back out in the theaters. I suggest you go see it. They're going to add some extra scenes at the end. Some special stuff. I don't know what. Might be a trailer for Ant-Man, you know. Might be Iron Man 3. Like, they might show a trailer. Something. So, if you're a fan of the Avengers, I say you go see it this weekend. Don't go see Batman. Batman sucked. So,
but INGN said Batman was better.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always on ING and I check the thing every day. And they had a vote which one was better. Like what was Avenger? I mean, Avengers was that comic book movie, you know, but Batman
very
was
colorful.
Yeah, it was very colorful, and then
Yeah,
Batman was like more of a serious thing. That's why Avengers banked, because it was like
It got the kids.
It got kids, you know. And in this one, I mean, there were some pretty graphic scenes, and you know, and that's why it was kind of like, oh yeah, it wasn't really too kid friendly. Like, yeah, kids love Batman, but it's not like, all right, if you have a choice to take a kid to, what superhero movie, I'd rather take, my kid to.
Yeah, like I wouldn't take my nephew to go. Cesar took his son to go see the Avengers. But I doubt he would take him to go see Batman, because he's gonna be like, "What is this?" Yeah.
Even since Batman Begins, like, it was never really a kid
Batman
movie.
Tim Burton probably enjoy that one.
Yeah, Tim Burton. I mean, that was kind of like, kids like that, because it was like, a dark take, but still like,
the soundtrack.
Yeah, dude, that's like what's recognizable for Batman.
Grabs the kids on it.
Seriously, dude, and then you got the
circus music. This is awesome.
So here are my issues really quickly and stuff with Batman. I'm just going to go down this list that I had written, so I'm not going to really get into it, but Alfred giving the key to Catwoman so she could leave the food for, like, why don't he just do it himself? Why the hell he's going to give her a freaking key, and then she steals the pearls? That was stupid, but I know they got to move the
butler he is.
Yeah, seriously. He was too lazy. It's like, here, all right.
Leave the old guy alone, man.
And let him work for Disney.
He'll be happy there. That's where they go to retire.
Either that or Walmart and say hi. And then also, why did Commissioner Gordon have the speech on him? Like, really? Like, when Bane steals it from him? Like, the whole time he has the speech in his pocket? Like, I'm going to keep this handy just in case. That was stupid. I've already got into why Robin figured out Batman as a kid. Let's see. Another issue I have, you know what? I'm going to save this one for when we could fully get into the movie. So I'm not even going to say this, but another one is, was the Riddler in the movie? There was this one guy in the movie that was like an accountant, and he honestly looked like the Riddler. I thought he was going to be the Riddler. Like, I thought they were going to say, like, that's Edward Enigma, and I was like, oh, wow. But, because he looked like the Riddler to me, like, if he would play the Riddler. But
did he look like Jim Carrey?
No, not Jim Carrey. He looked more like, what's his name? More of the 60s Riddler. He looked like that. Frank Gorshin, I think that's his name. Also, too, why does Batman still talk like Batman? When Catwoman leaves him, he's by himself, and he's still like, oh, so that's how it feels like. It's like, why don't he just be Batman? I mean, being Bruce Wayne, be like, oh, so that's how it feels like.
That's breaking character, man.
Yeah, but he's by himself. Like, it's retarded.
He's a fucking split personality psycho.
Yeah, he's crazy. Cause
he's a billionaire that has fucking all this money, and then he...
Actually, you know what, the whole brain thing, there's actually a book called Batman, The Psychology of Batman. You should check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I didn't even know about it, but I want to check that book out.
It breaks down of, like, why he's Batman.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, like, the whole, the bat symbol for, like, what does it represent, like, it breaks down every single thing of,
What's funny is, ever since Christian Bale started the Batman, like, he did his Batman thing, I always incorporated American Psycho to the whole Batman, like, story.
Really?
Just like when he's a banker, he does that, I mean, when he turns into the businessman or whatever, yeah, he's totally, like, just killing everybody.
So when he's the businessman, the rich man, that's Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Right on. And then when he becomes Batman, he's trying to stop himself.
He's trying to solve all those, mysteries.
But he doesn't realize that it's him. Damn, you got a movie here, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Think about it. Damn. It's like...
It's a quasi-movie.
Yeah, like, it's a split personality. Like, they're two separate people. So he doesn't realize that as Batman that he's doing the murder. And he's going out trying to solve these murders. And he's like, wow, that's crazy. I never thought of that. That's actually pretty trippy.
It works really well.
Yeah.
It's like Christian Bale planned it the whole time.
Yeah, dude. American Batman.
American Batman. Yeah, dude.
Or Batman Psycho. Nah, I like
Psycho.
Bat Psycho, yeah.
I like American Batman.
Easy to sell that.
Yeah, easy to sell that. Batman Psycho, I don't know, but American Batman.
Yeah, that would get all the, the right wing people. Like,
Yeah.
just say America and that gets them
America.
off. That's it.
America.
Yeah, just like
Take the
America
A-
and
Take
Jesus.
the A out of that shit. America.
America, jobs, and Jesus. That gets them off.
Germs.
Also, too, what you call it? Why is Batman trying to clean Catwoman's slate? She's trying to. I mean, Batman would never have done that.
Maybe it's metaphorical for Batman trying to clean up Catwoman's shit.
I was like, wait, I thought you didn't see the movie.
I know.
But,
I'm just going off your notes.
I just thought he had a
I'm just
default
picture-
thought.
Yeah,
He was like, you know what, Batman. Also, too, what you call it? Oh, what? I don't even remember that. Let's see. Batman helps Catwoman clear her name. That's just stupid. Gotham is no longer how Ra's al Ghul founded. So why? Like the reason. Part one. Ra's al Ghul wants to destroy Gotham because it's corrupted. It's just filled with crime, murder. It's just terrible.
And he wants to destroy it?
And yeah, he wants to destroy it. You know,
That's pretty corrupt. And
yeah, in this one, the city's fine. It's the way Ra's al Ghul wanted it originally to be. You know, gone with corruption, gone of crime. It's like the best it's ever been. And yet they're trying to destroy it. That's just stupid. What the hell was that all? Like, why is Bane trying to destroy it? Out of all people that Bane leaves Bruce with when he breaks his back, he leaves him with the doctor? Like, really? That's just freaking stupid.
oh, I mean, he's hurting the whole time, man. I mean,
Yeah, but why
he's
give him with the
constantly
leg?
in
Like, if he,
pain.
you know, he, like, it's just stupid. Also, too, why would
He's gonna be
every...
heartless?
Yeah, and then there's a scene where the letter I was speaking of, where it talks about like the events of part 2, where it talks about the truth of like Harvey Dent was Two-Face, he killed all the cops, so on and so forth. And Bane reads this letter to the media. He's like, "So Bert, I got this letter," you know, and he reads this letter. Why would the public automatically believe? He could have just been lying. He could have been like, I'm just gonna write a letter and be like, "Everybody, just Batman can suck my dick." You know, and like, why would everybody believe? They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that letter's truth." Yeah, if it was reality, they'd be like, "Get the hell out of here! That doesn't really say that."
But see, the reason why they would believe it, because at that moment, because Bane makes the city like a paradise. Like he's tricking them into a whole, like making it like a utopia, basically.
Yeah.
So if in reality, if he reads like anything Bane says, they're gonna do, you know.
They're gonna be like, "Oh."
So like if he was like, "Oh, tomorrow's Eat Pancakes Day," you know, it'd be like everyone would do it because at that moment he's the leader and he's the president, he's everything, he's a king. So I think that's why.
I wish they would have did that in the movie. Tomorrow's pancake day. And you just see Batman all happy, like with, also, too, really, the doctor fixes his back by, like, punching his back and hanging him from a rope. How the hell do you fix a back like that? His back didn't even really break. He just, like, slipped a disc. That was freaking stupid. I hate that. Also, too, there's a scene where they kick him out of the city. So they're walking on ice, right? And they're all, like, careful, like, oh, and there's one part earlier in the movie where a bunch of, like, businessmen are pushed onto the ice by the criminals. And they're walking, and if you could get across the whole, like, basically lake, and to the other side, you're free. But all of them, like, fall through the ice. They break through the ice. Well, there's a scene where Commissioner Gordon and a bunch of cops are up to the ice. And then out of nowhere, Batman comes, saves the day, gets rid of all the criminals. And they're still on the ice. They're all talking. Like, at no point do they realize, like, hey, let's get the hell off this ice. It's going to break and fall. And then also, too, at that point, he's like, light it. And he has a flare. Gordon has a flare and he throws it. It's like, when did Batman have the time to draw that whole bat with gasoline? It was like The Crow, but, like, really, like, Batman, you wasted, like, 3 hours trying to draw a bat with gasoline. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Also, I didn't get, why were they driving the bomb around? I don't get that. I don't get why they're driving the bomb. Batman gets stabbed. Like, when Talia al Ghul, like, reveals herself, she stabs Batman. Batman would not, no way he would have ever gotten stabbed. He would have either, one, figured out it was Talia al Ghul, or two, he would have, like, and then he would not gotten stabbed, dude. Like, he's clever like that. He just stood there, like, with his face open. That was just stupid. Another two, where there's a scene where it's, like, literally, like, it's old-fashioned war, where there's, like, all the criminals and all the cops. And the cops, like, run right into them. They all have guns except for the cops. and they're running into like guys. That's like I don't know. That was just kind of odd.
Oh, I know they wouldn't run into them. They just shoot shit at them.
Another scene
it's like
is
Lord
like
of the Rings or something, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but with like running without swords. It's like, why would you run into guys with cops? Like, they're all running down like one street,
throwing their guns at
yeah,
them.
they can, you know, it's just retarded. And then another part, truck falls. The truck and it like falls down a bridge and it crashes, and Talia dies, and the other driver dies or whatever. But yet Gordon is in the back. He's not strapped in, nothing, and he comes out like, dusts himself off. Like, how did that die? And it's
a conspiracy.
Yeah, and then another, one of the last thing is Joker. My issue with the Joker. He never showed up. So that's all I wanted to say. If you want to hear more, just Facebook me and I'll get into it more. But I don't want to talk more about Batman because we're wasting our time on Batman. All right, so go for it. Tell us what you have about the Rugrats.
Oh, real quick, they didn't have the Joker? I thought they...
No, they didn't mention him, because they felt that, like, ooh, for the, his respects and whatnot.
Did they say it on the movie, like, at the end, like, dedicated to Heath Ledger?
No.
Like, I mean, it's not... I understand if they would have got, like, a different actor to play it, then that's like, I think people would have been pissed off. But they could have thrown the character name in there, at least at one point. I know they tried writing, like, why he didn't come into it, but still, I didn't buy it. Like, I don't know. I know Santos hates the movie.
That's sad.
I like it, but then I don't like it. It's like the Nolan universe. I like it because I get the reality take and this and that, but the whole like Batman, like knowing the comics and actually knowing the character and all that, I didn't like it. So it's like half of me liked it through Nolan's perspective of like, okay, I give him the respect of how he did it. But the second half, like knowing like the Batman fanboy, it was just kind of like, he kind of just didn't really stick too much to the character. Other than that, like I have like two different views, and I told a bunch of friends, I had to watch this movie in two different ways. And that was my only thing.
They should make the next one animated. It seems like Batman animated is a lot better than whatever they can do on film.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're like the Dark Knight Returns. It's being released animated. Mm-hmm. So it looks, the only thing, it doesn't really look dark like the way the Frank Miller comic looked like. Kind of looks a little bit anime, more bright, so I don't know. It should have looked more like they should have taken the style of the comic, but whatever. I don't know. So go for it. Wait, what? No. What were you going to say?
Well, I'm just saying, like, the whole Batman theme in general is, like, dark. You can't really get too bright with that stuff. So
yeah. I mean,
it's always going to be, like, that kind of direction,
Well, I mean, look how Batman and Robin, and freaking Batman Forever. I mean, Batman Forever did well. I mean, it's still saying it's alright, but come on.
See, and they try to make it colorful for kids and stuff like that. Yeah. It just turned out fucking stupid.
It looks retarded.
Silly, dude. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the worst, dude.
They're cheap.
And I'm like, oh man, all this
catchphrases.
Hulk Hogan was actually a runner-up for that part.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Hulk Hogan was originally one of the runner-ups for the movie.
He would have said, brother, hey, brother, chill. Hold on, brother.
Yeah, I forgot who the other person was, but I know Hulk Hogan was one. I think maybe they were just afraid he was going to, like, rip off the cameras. Like, no, you got to leave it on to survive.
The one thing, though, about the Mr. Freeze costume, it actually looked good.
Yeah, I give it that.
Yeah, because it almost looks like the Mr. Freeze from Arkham City. It looks like that. Like, so the costume looked great, minus the nipples from Batman, but...
yeah, dude. I'm like, what are they doing to that?
I wasn't sure if you were liking it.
I know!
Yeah. No, seriously, I got the same sensation when I said it. Like, you nipple naturally. It's just like, man.
I know, because you're like, that's all I hear first. And
like I said, it was kind of that, I got a little sensation down there, so... I'll admit to
it. It moved.
Nipple.
I guess I'll end this on the high note then. I have a Tumblr page and I follow this one person. It's pretty cool. She reblogged this thing, which there's like this. A lot of people do like insane cartoon conspiracy theories, and this is one that I'll probably do another one for another episode for an insane cartoon theory. Well, crazy conspiracy theory, but right now there's a Rugrats conspiracy theory, and the title is called Rugrats Dead Baby Theory.
What the hell?
And alright, this is what I'm going to read it off. It says, we all know that Angelica is a little nutty, But the Rugrats theory takes it to a whole new level. Get this. The Rugrats were a figment of Angelica's imagination.
Oh.
Chucky died a long time ago with his mother. That's why Chaz Finster is a nervous wreck the whole time. Tommy is a stillborn, and that's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son who he had never had the chance to, be with that lived. Oh, it's crazy.
Fucked up,
The
dude.
DeVilles had an abortion, so Angelica couldn't figure out whether it would be a boy or a girl, so thus creating twins. And then, and that potentially explains why Angelica can speak to both the adults and the babies. The only thing that this theory doesn't kind of make full sense is because, alright, how does that explain Susie?
Oh, the black girl?
Yeah, so other than that's what it's talking about. Like, that little paragraph, I was like, what the? Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I grew up watching the Rugrats until, like, when it started getting all lame. Because that was...
All the animation started getting better,
Well, I mean,
right?
No, they grew up.
Well,
Even before.
but
When
when
they go to high school, or what?
Yeah, that's...
but I mean, like...
They really did?
Yeah,
they did. I thought you were like, oh, yeah, they're high
I remember that when they had that special, it was Rugrats All Grown Up, which was like, I think it was called Babies After All These Years. And they did like this cool little TV movie where they grew up. And I thought it was cool. I'm like, oh, I dug it. And then they ended up making a series out of it. And I was like, no.
It's those people, man, wanting that money. It's like, hey, it's catching on. Let's
but
get
see,
this
like-
series going.
But when the first movie, I remember liking it a lot. And then when they did the second movie, when they actually gave like Chucky, dad marries and they bring that Kimmy character in.
The
Like
Asian girl.
even when Dale came into the picture, like it was kind of like the series kind of took it to a different point. I think Mark what's his name?
Mark Mothersburg.
Yeah, I think he stopped doing the music. When he stopped doing the music too, later on,
changed.
it kind of changed. The format changed too. So like the early
The guy
episodes
from
were really
Devo.
good. And
That's crazy. What website is that, man?
oh, well, actually,
Oh, you said it was a...
it was this person I follow. She's actually a pretty cool person. She's trying to do a comedy campaign right now. I might as well throw it on this. I'll plug it on there too.
Yeah, plug it.
This person, her name's Sam, and she's doing this comedy club campaign where she wants to make a new comedy club in LA. Something within the line. Like, yeah, she understands. Like, this person, like, she knows her comedy. Like, she's interviewed like some of the biggest names in comedy. Like, you just name them, and there's like her website is called nakedcomedy.org. Check it out. But yeah, she's doing a comedy campaign. It's kind of like a Kickstarter thing, and she wants to open up her own thing. And then if anyone with the Bridgetown podcast, we're actually donating to be a part of it because if anything, that can give us a home to do live podcasts, and if anything, we can also do that too.
Yeah.
So with that little article, is she serious with that? Or?
No. She reposted it from someone else. That's how I found
Because
it.
it's so funny. Like, it just...
Yeah.
It seems, like, reasonable to think it that way. Yeah, dude. These people who started the Rugrats were probably totally on acid or something. It's like watching... it reminds me of Alice in Wonderland and how it's been taken, like, fucking...
In different formats,
in
and
different
what?
ways, like totally tripped out, like negative, and then really colorful and but it's all along the same lines and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
I'll bring it up for another one. But when I read that, it kind of made me think too. I was just like, yeah, I've known the show for years, but then after I was like, oh man, it messes with your head in a way. You're just like, oh.
You can do that with almost all of them.
No, I know.
All the movies, man. Every movie or every show.
I don't know where you throw a twist at. You're like,
especially in Disney, man. All these I don't even know the names. I don't know even what I'm saying of it. All these new kids that are coming on Disney. I don't know the names of the shows, so forget it.
No, I don't.
Of current Disney?
Yeah.
I don't even know, dude.
The Wizards of Wizardly Place or fucking some shit like that.
I don't even know what's on the Disney Channel.
The Hannah Montana shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
but Hannah Montana's gone, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
just in that style.
She had a split personality in that fucking show.
Oh yeah. See, they're trying to.
I think everything's in a weird way, there's all subliminal. I mean, there's a lot of adult themes too, like on everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pick out. And you can find a lot of like on YouTube, like what the hell, like there's some weird subliminal messages and stuff. Like there's this thing on Animaniacs that
oh yeah, dude.
That
Steven Spielberg.
there was this. You can look it up on YouTube, but there's a part where I'm trying to remember. It's Dot and Wacko. I think Wacko tells something to like finger something.
Oh yeah, he's like, I need you to look for Prince, you know. And then she's like, oh, and then she's carrying Prince, you know, the singer Prince, you know, the artist formerly. Yeah. And he's like, no, I said fingerprints. You know, and then that's when she's like, "Oh shit! No, I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah, and there's that quick like that's little shot where she does like a face like no, like that like but still like kids are just like but when like if we were to watch like wait what the you know like
they throw like adult like that's why like I never got that when I saw it.
I know,
but as an
neither.
adult, I'm like
I saw one on YouTube that was it was like the cover of The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah,
VHS.
My friend has that actually too.
You see it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's just like what the.
We used to have it like that. I don't know what happened.
That cover's worth money actually.
Yeah. A lot of those they're called the Diamond Edition because if you look on the side like the casing, it says Disney and there's a diamond like it shows like Disney or whatever. Those are all worth money, and we used to have them all. You know, my mom like would always buy the movies, you know, for my little brother, for Carlos, and we had all of them, and I don't even know where they're at now. I'm like,
should give them away, actually.
Oh yeah, she probably did.
Hand-me-downs, man. That's like
and it was like I remember, you know, one thing I hated that my mom would always do this. All right, we always had like every system, right? But whenever they were like they would get messed up or something, my mom's like, oh, I'm gonna send it to your tío in El Paso. He knows how to fix them. Okay, she sends them, and we never get them back. All the time, and it's like, oh no, he knows how to fix them. Well, there was the second half. It's like he'll fix it and send it back. No, she sends them so they could fix them and keep them over there and give them to her. I was like, great. So we would lose our systems. I'm like, this sucks.
Unfinished games.
I know. I was like, man, it was sad.
Oh, actually, let me finish this plug-in. But no, yeah, this nakedcomedy.org, and this person's doing this the comedy club campaign. You can read about it, her goal, where she's starting from, what she needs help with, the rough timeline. I think she's doing it within 2 months, and yeah, she's just like donations and this and that. Like
Does she have like a Kickstarter?
Yeah, I think she has it. I forgot. I think recently she just got a better because. Within Kickstarter, when you're doing things, you have to follow their rules, and I think what she was trying to do wasn't following the Kickstarter rule process. But I think she found another thing. I forgot. I haven't updated. I've been working all day, so I haven't really seen what changed. But I mean, she knows about the whole like the improv thing. Like I respect the improv. It's a really good comedy club, you know, but when it comes to, like, the whole 2-drink minimum, it's kind of just, it kills, you know? You're just there for the comedy, you know? But at the same time, when you don't want to buy drinks, or if you're like, no, I don't even want to, like, for me, I don't even drink soda or anything like that, so I don't want to drink soda. But I'm still paying $4 or $5 for water. I'm like, I don't want to do that, you know? Yeah. But there's a club called The Largo, which has really good intimate comedy, and they also do music there. And then one of my personal favorite comedy clubs, this is like comedy nerd, the heart of comedy nerd, is the Upright Citizens Brigade. I mean, Brigade Theater in LA. It's off of Gower and Franklin. And that, like, if you're like a comedy nerd and you love comedy, or you just want to really discover comedy, as into improv or just stand up, I highly recommend the Upright Citizens Brigade, and especially too. What she wants to do is something like that, like within the lines of the Largo and the Upright, because tickets for the Upright are within $5 to $10.
Yeah,
and
cheap.
It's really cheap. It's a really small theater, and it's really intimate. I've seen some like really big names there, like, and the thing is too. I mean, for people that do drink, hell, it's BYOB in there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you can walk in with your own beer and or anything.
That's crazy.
I've seen people. I mean, because it's all kind of like. I mean, it has like a good hipster kind of crowd too. And I've seen people like in there with wine, like they have their little wine glass, like, you know. But yeah, that's what she's trying to do, is to do like this, you know, start a club, and we're gonna fund, because I want my own club one day, you know. Like I would love to have like a little upright citizens brigade, little small like intimate comedy club room, you know. I'm not asking for like a big, you know, 300 seater. Like if I could get something for like 100, or even like a 150 thing, but just within the lines where it's like small. That's something. So like if I, and she's also like a promoter for comedy, this and that. So that's why I was like, you know, I'll help her. And yeah, once again, it's the nakedcomedy.org.
There you go, nakedcomedy.org. So that's, you know, that'll be cool. Support her, get something going there. So that's awesome.
But yeah, she's not asking for like, you know, like a lot. Like even if it's like $1, and anything helps basically. So.
Yeah, and then what the meeting that you had? There's a possibility with you.
Oh yeah, it was kind of weird. Well, because here in La Puente, they do art walk. Like someone found our page through Kirby for the Bridgestone podcast.
Yeah,
and they know Kirby because he takes pictures and all that. And I guess one of the guys found our page, started listening to it, checked us out, and they thought it was pretty cool that, you know, 3 guys from around here are really.
Is around here considered middle of nowhere? It's like, it's pretty amazing. 3 guys in the middle of nowhere come up with something like this.
Because the thing is too, like, well, on the other podcast we talk about La Puente, and not like every time we've gone out of the city or anything like that, we mention La Puente. Everyone's like, what? But they know West Covina.
West Covina, yeah.
So everyone always knows West Covina, but not La Puente. So it was kind of like, oh, that's cool that you guys are like.
It sounds like fucking talking about Mexico.
Yeah.
Much, you know? Where do you live?
West Covina, I know that place. But no. Yeah, it's just I mean, we kind of had to break it down because I don't know if he knew that we're not trying to the name comes from the city, like Bridgetown. That's what La Puente means, you know. And we're like, no, it's not like we're like, oh, hey, La Puente, you know. It's just we happen to name it that, you know.
Just don't put 13 on your guys' title.
No. But
like a dog where you go,
trying to represent.
But
he comes after you.
I call you up tomorrow and be like, hey, I just got jumped in. You guys are scheduled tomorrow.
But on the podcast, we do, like, I don't remember what episode. I think it was 3. I talked about where the name came from, not from the like it was the city, but of course where it also. I'm not gonna get into it. If you want to know more about the podcast, just check it out. But yeah, I have the guy came up. He like I fell asleep for a while, and then I got a tweet from like someone. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it was like, oh, there's a meeting thing, and which is the art walk. I guess it's called the UMPA.
Yeah.
I forgot what it stands for. And they do an art walk here in La Puente, like on Main Street, like Old Town Puente. And one of the guys named Gustavo wanted me to like go to that meeting, so we showed up. And they were talking about the art walk, which kind of had nothing to do with us. So it was just like, I guess they just wanted us to be there in a way. But that's cool, just to be there. Like, oh, all right, this is what the city does. Like, I knew about the art walk. I've never gone it because I'm always working. I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I wanted to check it out too.
And after that, when we were there, I finally got to talk to the guy Gustavo. And it was like the room that he has. It's like it could fit up to 100 people. So he was talking about doing comedy and this and that in there. You know, I see the potential of making it into a club, like a small little here and there, and I don't mind doing it. Now I'm kind of like making a name for myself, so I can get people. And other than that, yeah, like if that can, you know, if this show takes off and my other show takes off, like that's also a podcasting room that we can do. Like it's in the lines of rough cutting it right now. Of like I'm about to do another meeting with the guy to, you know, do more in the lines of how we're going to do this. Like, the cool thing, too, that I asked him, like, did you want clean comedy, or did you want, like, and he was just like, no, whatever, like, we respect all forms. Because I know some comics are like,
that's crazy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a crazy concept, because comedy is just, you know, the whole meaning of comedy is all out, man. I mean, it's fucking laughter. It's the Joker. It's the Fool, you know? I mean, You got to play that card. You got to be the exact opposite of what people, is considered the status quo or whatnot.
But I mean, aside from that, that's like the only thing that's going down. That I'll find out within the coming weeks, or probably within the next week of knowing. We'll probably say why we're laughing. Forget it. And then, so yeah, that's hi Karen. But we'll say like, I'll know pretty soon like about what's going to be happening. But it seems like a cool little spot though that we can make, especially since it's Old Town. Like I know they really want to make Old Town something better. Like
Old Town La Puente?
Yeah, Old Town. It's getting
they're always
better.
filming there, Christ.
I know. Halloween. What's the next Halloween coming out?
They filmed True Blood though.
Yeah, True Blood. They filmed 2 seasons ago, right?
Yeah,
they filmed. Was it 2 seasons or last season? Yeah, they filmed True Blood there.
Crazy.
How the hell? I
Oh, wait, hold on. We just got a text. Hold on. From Cesar. Okay. He said he got a flat. That's why he's not here.
Oh, that's messed up, dude.
Bad luck.
Alright, so I guess Caesar's not going to make it again.
Oh, well, we're going to end it anyways. That would have been funny. He was like, I'm here, guys. The show's over.
And cut.
Yeah, well, I guess, he's sadly, he won't be here, but I'll talk to him and hopefully he can make it for the next one. And yeah, so we're going to go out, so...
Oh, yeah, once again, my name is Santos Medrano.
And this is Snatch Shinkesho.
And I am Sanch, and it's another episode in the bag.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna sound like you're peeing, dude.
Right on cue, man.
I know, man. That was funny.